Well, Tom, I continued my dive into the all the haunts VR's box sets. Oh, it's on fire. Not just some of the haunts, all the haunts. And this set, like the previous one, has been taking us to visit haunts all over this world of ours. And this time it takes us to wonderful, mysterious Indonesia. Yeah. The name of this movie, Tom, is called Sundelbolong. 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 Yeah, I said it several times. And this movie, Tom, from 1981, stars Suzzanna,
The Queen of Black Magic?
Queen of Black Magic. And this movie, Tom, was so popular that they made a remake of it later on, which you reviewed last week, maybe? I don't know. It was called Suzzanna something. Suzzanna, Don't You Cry for Me, I think it was called.
The Hungry Snake Woman.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, so how is this one? Folk horror? Well, it turns out it's based on a Indonesian legend about the spirit of a vengeful whore. And, well, Tom, in this movie, we got this lady, her name's Elisa, and she's getting married to this guy, and he's a boat captain, Tom. You know, he sails one of those big old boats, you know, one of those big old tankers, I guess. And man, they just get married, and damn, she's happy, Tom. I mean, she's just a happy lady. She's found peace at last. Peace from what? We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Well, fuck, wouldn't you know it? They're about to, consummate the marriage when the phone rings, and it's like, hey, you got a boat, you got a, captain tomorrow. So, oh fuck, honeymoon's over, but let's at least get it on before I go. He takes off the next morning, and yeah, he makes the money, but she wants to make some money too. She wants to contribute to the family. And Tom, she does embroidery, and she's pretty good. And she doesn't use those discs and those big ass fucking machines that everybody does. No, man, she does it by hand. No AI bullshit for her. No fucking mechanized slop. And so she takes him over to this fancy boutique that this guy owns, and he wants to look at it, possibly sell her, but he says, hey, I got a proposition for you, Toots. Why don't you be like our spokesperson, our model, so to say. You got some looks. No, I don't want to do any of that. It's like, I know you used to be a prostitute. Dun, dun, dun. And this dude's buddy, business partner, was old Elisa's madam, and says, hey, don't let this guy talk to me. Hey, Elise, why don't you come back and work for us? Why don't you get back on the bed and shit? You were like the best, You brought in a lot of money. Oh, that's all behind me. It's like I'm a fucking honest woman now. Well, she's driving home, but this guy, this shop owner, no, you ain't getting away from me. He has his thugs, set up a car accident that she stops at to help somebody. But no, it's the thugs. They abduct her. The shop owner, he rapes her, and then tells the guys, hey, y'all rape her too. They do, being good workers and all, doing what the boss says. And, man, Tom, the next scene we see, we're in court, and they're just telling her, hey, it's your word against theirs. What the fuck? We can't do anything. This is Indonesia. We need proof before we convict somebody for a crime. She's in a fit of depression. It's like, oh man, my husband's gonna fucking, he's not gonna want me anymore. And then top it all off, Tom, now she's pregnant. One of those motherfuckers knocked her up, and she goes to a doctor and it's like, hey, I need to abort this thing. I can't do this. He's like, what are you talking about? That baby didn't do anything. We're not gonna kill an innocent baby. You wanna fuck with your karma? That's one thing, but I ain't fucking with mine. I'm a doctor. Can't do that shit. Get out of here. In fact, you used to be a prostitute, right? You've done abortions before, right? How many have you done? And she's like, 5. Oh shit. Get out of here. Get out of this. She does it, Tom. She does an abortion.
What does she use?
I don't remember if they showed. We're gonna get to some of the props and things a little later, Tom. Let's just continue with the story for now, shall we? Fuck.
Sure.
Well, it doesn't go good for her, Tom. She dies. And the shop owner and the madam, they're all happy about it. Hey, trial's over. She can't do nothing. The husband, he gets back, and it's like, well, fuck, man. Killed herself. This isn't good, He's real sad, but one day as he's driving home, Tom, he sees a lady, and it's like, who's this lady? It looks like her wife. It's her sister, Tom. It can't be her sister. Her twin sister died when she was like 10. No, the reports of my death, they were greatly exaggerated, sir. I am her. I am she. Meanwhile, Tom, old fucking Elisa, the ghost of Elisa, is back. And we know she's a ghost because she's got kind of like some powder on her face to make her skin lighter, and she's got fucking eyeliner, like some kind of Egyptian or Persian man would wear. And pretty scary, Tom. And if that's not it, when she turns around, oh shit, she's got like a big wound on her back, and there's like maggots and shit in it. Back doing some research, Tom. Sundelbolong literally means ghost with a hole. Okay, so she can.
Well, let me ask you a question really quick.
Mm-hmm.
So you said she had maggots in her back.
Mm-hmm.
Were these actually maggots, or were these what would be considered mealworms?
I'd say they were more tapeworms.
Tapeworms?
Yeah.
No, I'm being serious. Do you know the difference between maggots and mealworms?
I don't.
Okay, like the kind of worms that you get at the pet shop that you feed like lizards?
No.
Okay, so were these worms more white and gushy, or were they more brown that had like a shell to them?
They were whitish, but they looked bigger than maggots.
Okay. I will get to why I ask later.
Okay. Well, I mean, she can take on the appearance of others, Tom, and she's going after everybody that raped her, everybody that was complicit in it, and she's taking them down one by one. The shop owner dude, he figures, oh shit, because they don't know, they just know that their people are being murdered. I bet you it's her husband. He's taking revenge, so they fucking like trap him. One day they. He's out at the shipyards, and all this fucking crew runs up to kick his ass. But fuck, Tom, this is no regular Indonesian guy. This is fucking Barry Prima. That guy's a fucking action star. One of the biggest Indonesian stars ever. And he knows Jakara or whatever the fuck the martial art is there. And he's just kicking their asses, Tom, and they're fighting and all that shit. And luckily for him, because they finally got the drop on him, Tom, the cops show up. He ends up fucking the sister, Elisa's sister, but it's really Elisa. We know that, But still, I mean, he's kind of cheating, right? Because he thinks it's the sister, kind of, sort of. I don't know, Tom, but finally, she gets the last one, and then her husband's there with like a priest and some other local officials and townsfolk, and he tells her, "You can go now. You can rest." And she does, Tom, and she flies away. I'm not gonna say this is good, but it seemed to be the trend with some of the shit you're talking about. This is a perfect bad movie night movie. It's got some really cool, shitty special effects, and at times I don't know, because I don't watch many Indonesian movies, right? It's weird that seems some of it is played for laughs, but you've got some heady subjects with rape and abortion and all that shit. But yeah, and it's weird that it turns into an action movie for one big long scene.
Oh, I mean, you got the Warriors, Barry Prima, so you gotta use them.
I was entertained. I thought this was all right. It's a weird one, and it's got some really shitty effects, but it's part of the fun. And yeah, don't go in expecting a fright fest. Don't be, oh, that was shocking. Yeah, it's definitely something that you can watch and have a good time. Get some drinks and whatever. If you do that sort of thing, I don't stick with old water, but yeah, I'd recommend it. Oh, Sundelbolong. So yeah, here's another one in this all the hunt set that the set's a banger.
Yeah, after watching those fucking Warrior movies, I don't give a fuck about a Barry Prima, and having watched a couple Suzzanna movies, don't really get it. I mean, she has an autistic stare. Okay. What else? Mo?
This is the first movie I've ever seen with her. I know not much about her, but I think the next film in this set is a documentary all about her, directed by my friend and yours, Mr. David Gregory. So I'll let you know a little bit more about her. Maybe next week, Tom.
Thanks for checking out the show. We hope you dug it, baby. If so, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and let us know down below. Support Tom and Joe by heading over to dwnproductions.net and fastcustomshirts.com.